evening. Welcome to the news at 4 on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo. The Kaduna State Government has raised the alarm over the emergence of a new criminal group known as Lakuras in the state. The state's Deputy Governor Idris Mohammed Gobi expressed concern about the group while hosting participants of Course 33 from the National Defense College NDC from Abuja on a study tour in the state. Gobi described Lakurawas as a faith-based group with idealistic views. They possess sophisticated weapons with criminal activities reported across 5 local government areas in Sokoto. Gobi outlined the government's ongoing efforts to confront the security challenges and expressed hope that the study tour will provide valuable insights for effectively managing the situation and ensuring the safety and peaceful coexistence of the people. Head of their delegation, Air Vice Marshal Titus Zuwahu Dauda, explained that the National Defense College, established in 1992 as Nigeria's premier military education institution, is dedicated to preparing officers from the military, police, and strategic agencies for high-level responsibilities. Former United States presidential aspirant and staunch Donald Trump supporter Vivek Ramaswamy has asserted that the campaign of the Republican candidate in the 2024 U.S. election has gained momentum among demographics that traditionally lean towards the Democratic Party, including Black voters, Hispanics, and Generation Z. Ramaswamy pointed out that Gen Z voters were primarily motivated by a desire to avoid foreign conflicts and prevent a potential World War III. He highlighted their concerns about the economy and rising housing costs as critical issues that influence their political choices. He further added, combine that with the rising cost, what we've seen over the last several years, and this is a hard fact, is that prices have gone up and wages have not kept up. When asked whether Trump should concede if he loses the November 5 election, Ramaswamy emphasized the importance of respecting the electoral process. Whoever wins the election should win the election, and whoever loses should concede, he said. Leadership Television records that Ramaswamy declared his aspiration in February 2023 for the Republican Party nomination for the 2024 United States presidential election. He suspended his campaign on January 20 after finishing 4th in the Iowa caucuses. The new Minister of Labor and Employment, Muhammad Magari Dingyadi, on Tuesday officially assumed office with a commitment to foster productive relationships between the federal government, workers, and the organized labor. In his inaugural address, Dingyadi stressed the importance of a collaborative approach and assured Nigerians that his stint at the ministry will prioritize harmonious labor relations and address outstanding worker issues. The new minister, who was welcomed by the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Nkiruka Oyejo-Kacha, and other officials of the ministry, expressed his readiness to work alongside staff to achieve said goals. The minister urged all ministry staff to support the government's objectives, show discipline, and prioritize punctuality, stressing the importance of adherence to civil service principles, which he believes will guide the ministry towards accomplishing its goals. 114 minors and adults previously detained following the #EndBadGovernance protest have arrived at the presidential villa on Tuesday afternoon after being discharged by the Federal High Court in Abuja. Justice Obiora Egwatu dismissed the case against them at the request of the Attorney General of the Federation, AGF, Lateef Fagbemi, who filed the motion for their unconditional release. Vice President Kashim Shettima received the group on behalf of President Bola Tinubu. They will be handed over to their respective state governors, including Kaduna State Governor Sani and Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf. Also present at the State House Auditorium were Ministers of Education, Tunji Alausa, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Nentawe, Yilwatda, and Environment, Balarabe, Lawal. The Equatorial Guinea government has prohibited its citizens on WhatsApp from downloading and sharing photos, videos, and audio files via mobile data. According to local news platform Ahora EG, This ban was frustrated citizens who are now unable to share multimedia content without relying on Wi-Fi networks. This action follows new guidelines issued to telecommunications operators, instructing them to implement measures that restrict access to inappropriate content. Leadership Television recalls that the country's Director General of the National Financial Investigation Agency, ANIF, Batasa Engonga, is at the center of a sex scandal involving the spouses of prominent figures, including the wives of Vice President and Inspector General of Police, among others. This scandal emerged during a fraud investigation of the 54-year-old economist, prompting ANIF officials to conduct an unannounced search of his home and office, where they discovered over 400 videos documenting his sexual encounters with various married women. Now, entertainment. Link Edochie has shared his thoughts on his brother Yu's decision to take a second wife and constantly flaunting her on social media. Link and Yu are the sons of veteran actor Pete Edochie. Link was a guest at the latest episode of the KOK Live podcast, where actor Kanayo O Kanayo questioned Yu's need to publicly display his second marriage. He also asked Link for the family's position. Responding, Link said, "What is done is done. My father always says, take your marriage off social media." Speaking further, Link said, "But sometimes it might be with the consent of the people you are with. But that is something my father keeps saying that I also say, take your marriage off social media. People need to realize this. The moment there's a glitch somewhere, the people who praise you will bury you alive." You shocked fans after he unveiled Judy Austin as his second wife in April 2022. He also announced their first child together, to the dissatisfaction of May, his first wife. That concludes the news at 4 on Leadership Television. Follow us on www.leadership.ng for more stories. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.